He made us qualified. He made us qualified. I'm not trying to qualify. I'm not working hard to qualify. I'm not praying to qualify. I'm not begging God to qualify me. He made us qualified. He made us worthy. He enabled us. He enabled us to partake. He qualified us. In case you did not feel qualified, He's giving you an information. He qualified you already. So He qualified you for the breakthrough, for the healing, for the testimony. He already qualified you for what you're looking for. He qualified you to partake. He qualified you to participate. He qualified you to share. So if I'm not sharing in the inheritance of the saints, I don't know what is available to me. The second thing that was a disappointment for the older son is not just that he didn't know who he was, he did not know what was available to him. When he came to the father and complained about, the younger brother having been gone and squandered everything, the father said, all I have is yours. He said, all I have is yours. And the father said, if you wanted to take a goat and kill, you would have done it. So what is it that you want? God said, do it. You see, but you're waiting for God to do it. That's the problem. God said, do it. The older son was waiting for the father to come and say, today is your good day. The dad said, if you had wanted. Man. And that's the father talking. Is the father talking. If you had wanted to take a goat and kill for yourself and your friends, you would have done it. Not that I would have done it for you. I don't know if you're understanding this. I know how we've been trained in church. I know. Just wait. When the will of God will. I know timing is involved in some things. But if it's not happening yet, we're in timing. Stay in faith. You know you're in a good place. Once you are in faith and your heart is not worrying, you know you're in a good place. You know it's just a matter of time. Once you have prayed yourself in, you have prayed, you have believed the word, you have prayed yourself in, and your heart ceases from worrying, even when the situation has not changed, you know you are in a good place. I'm not worrying about it, even though it hasn't changed yet. My heart is at rest. I know I'm in a good place. I don't need to see it. Look at it. We just came from Hebrews 11. Those men, the Bible said, they didn't even receive. Some of them didn't even receive what they believed for. But they died in faith. I love that part. They believed until their time was over. And they entered a better resurrection. You're never going to fail. It's better to believe until you pass out and show up before God believing. Imagine you show up before God believing. Jesus said, you did the right thing. You did the right thing. He qualified us. I'm qualified. Come on, say I'm qualified. I know this thing it troubles some of your mind because your minds are too humble to say, no, I don't qualify. I don't qualify. I understand that. We don't qualify in ourselves. We don't. If it's just us, we will never qualify. We never will. No matter how hard we try, we will never qualify. Even if we do our best, we can never qualify for what God has for us. That's why He qualified us. Even if you live your best life ever, the most holy life, the most separate life, the most sacred life, you will never qualify for God and for what he has. You never will. Even if you try. So the goal is not to try harder. The goal is to believe him for what he says. I'm qualified. Once your mind starts changing like that, now, technicians are in your mind to program the mind of Christ. You are entering Christ's processor. You are thinking like him. I'm telling you the truth. You are not thinking your thoughts anymore because your thoughts says you don't qualify. The thoughts of Christ says you qualify. So the Bible says we have the mind of Christ. Either you are thinking you or you are thinking Christ. If you're thinking you know you don't qualify. I know I don't qualify, but I know that's just my mind talking to me. When I say I qualify, I know it's the mind of Christ talking. It's easy to have miracles like that because I know he brought me in, he qualified me to receive. He qualified to share in the inheritance. What is inheritance? Everything Christ has paid for. What has he paid for? Everything you are believing for. What are you believing for? Everything the word has told you. You cannot live here the same. You can't. There's no way. Come on, I'm qualified. He enabled us to share in the inheritance that belongs to his people who live in the light. He made us worthy to receive the glorious inheritance freely given to us. He has made us strong enough to take part in everything that he has made available. In Christ Jesus, I'm qualified to share in his inheritance. I have been enabled. I have been made worthy to receive glorious inheritance he freely gives. I have been made strong to take part in his inheritance. Just as, Sarah said something I said before. Sarah said, the Bible says Sarah received strength. She received strength to conceive. It means strength was available for conception. That she received it. The Bible did say God gave her strength. I want you to hear this. She received strength. She took hold of something that had been made available because she judged him faithful who said it. He said, if God said it, it means it's available. My job is to take it. He did that. I'm qualified. 2 Corinthians 5:21 answers that for us. He made us, he who knew no sin was made sin, that we might be made the righteousness of God. I told you before, if you're here, you need to understand that that's the basis for us. That's our foundation. He qualified us. We being the righteousness of God means we standing in the place of Christ before God. Hear that. We are standing before God as Christ. That's what it means. He gave us his righteousness. He gave us his right standing with God. Because we cannot stand before God in our name. So we stand before God in his name. We are qualified to stand before God in his name. Once we qualify to stand before God in his name, we can take something in his name.